Hello friends, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to talk about changes. Spring is my favorite time of the year and there are so many incredible changes that take place. Baby birds and baby deer are born, the trees bloom with beautiful flowers, and rain helps thirsty plants to grow. The natural world around us is colorful and thriving. Today I'm going to teach you about some of the changes me and my pet snake Xena have been making in our lives this spring. So this is Xena. She's been my pet snake for the past 6 years. Snakes, just like lizards and alligators, are part of a group called reptiles. When you and I grow and move and change, our skin changes with us. But reptiles are silly creatures. Their skin doesn't grow and change as they do. Instead, they grow new skin under their old skin, and when their old skin is too tight, they wiggle out of it like they're wiggling out of a sleeping bag. Xena will do this every 6 weeks or so. For the first few days of her shedding process, her skin starts to look a little bit dull and her eyes turn into a foggy blue color. Then she'll sit still for a few days in a warm and damp place in her enclosure. Then when she's ready, she rubs her body against a log and wiggles out of her old skin. Her new skin looks so shiny and healthy underneath that sometimes in the light, you can even see rainbows bounce off of it. This is called iridescence. Now that she's shed her old skin, she's happy and energetic and ready to eat and explore the world around her. I also caught footage of a king snake in my backyard. This one looks like it's actually about to go into shed mode too. If you'll notice, this king snake is a pale black color. That means this snake is probably on its way to get its last meal before going into shed mode for a while and laying low until this snake can wiggle out with new skin too, just like Xena. Now that you know what changes Xena and other snakes have been making lately, check out the changes I've been trying to make this spring. These past few weeks, I've been focusing on protecting against a change called erosion. Erosion is a kind of change that happens over a long time. Rocks and soil erode when wind, rain, and ice change the land little bit by little bit. And over time, this can create a big change called a landslide. But there are steps that we can take to slow and stop erosion in its tracks. I live on a hill in the woods. The top of the hill is beautiful and healthy, with lots of trees and moss to hold the soil and rocks in place. But the bottom of the hill got overtaken by a plant called honeysuckle. Honeysuckle is one of the first plants to turn green in the spring, so it makes all the plants around it have to spend a lot of energy growing up and up and up as tall as possible to grow leaves above the honeysuckle, so they can get food from the sunlight. When that happens to a hillside over a long time, lots of trees get really heavy on the top and really light on the bottom, causing them to topple over. The huge tree roots come out of the ground and the hill erodes more, and the dirt travels down the logs in the rain. So I'm working on stopping the erosion. I got my tree clippers and saw out and wore lots and lots of safety equipment. First, I cut the leaves off the honeysuckle. This allowed the trees around it to put out new branches down below. Check out this little guy. He started growing from this tree about 1 week after I cut down the honeysuckle stealing the sunlight. Next, I cut the fallen down trees into big logs that I could move to lay across the hillside instead of running up and down it. This helps the dirt build up on the hillside instead of leaving it to run down the hill in the rain. Next, I stripped the leaves from the honeysuckle and laid them down on the ground so the decomposer bugs, like the worms and millipedes we learned about a few weeks ago, can eat them up and turn them into healthy new dirt. After that, I searched for these baby trees called tree saplings on the healthier parts of the hill so I could dig them up and move them to the spots where the honeysuckle had taken over. I only got to plant one since the sun went down and it's been raining for a few days, but I can't wait to get back up and plant more this week. These oak and maple tree saplings will shoot roots out much deeper into the ground than the honeysuckle ever would, which will help protect from that long-term change we call erosion. When the new tree roots take hold of the soil, I'll start removing the old honeysuckle completely. This is a big project, but I'm committed to making that big change happen to make the world a better place. We can all make a commitment every day to make good choices. Those good choices can help make big changes in this world. What are some changes that you've been excited about now that you're staying home with your loved ones a little bit more? I can't wait to hear about it. As always, stay as healthy, happy, and safe as possible, and know that you are loved and missed by all of your First Steps family, especially me. Bye, guys.